Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Roy, it's Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about why I believe both Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be seeing new all-time highs by the end of September from a technical perspective, because we all know the fundamentals are absolutely there. All right, so we're just going to dive straight into it today, you guys. In front of us is TradingView, where we'll talk technicals and price targets for both Bitcoin and Ethereum today. I will try to rationalize those end of month all-time high price targets for you. We'll kick it off with the big dog Bitcoin, and then we'll move on to Ethereum after that. But before we get down to business, I will, as always, ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today, or if you think, just like I do, that both Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be seeing new all-time highs in the near future. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, want to catch more content like this. Always talking crypto, always talking crypto stocks. That sector, of course, if crypto is ripping, is looking very promising as well. So if you aren't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you want to know how I'm personally trading Bitcoin and Ethereum, but more importantly, where I'm a lot more active in the Bitcoin and crypto related stocks, in crypto related equities, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter. First link down in the description. You guys know August was an absolute banger of a month. Let's hope we can follow that up with September being a banger of a month as well. And if Bitcoin and Ethereum, if crypto in general performs the way I believe it will, I'm feeling good about it, okay? So first link down below in the description. That is going to be $15 a month or $40 for every 3 months. Completely up to you. Always know, you guys, do my best to make this worth your money. Complete breakdown of my entire personal portfolio. All call options, put options, stock positions, cryptocurrency positions. Probably 50 to 60 positions in there, if not more at any given time. I do update that every single trading day during market hours. And along with every update, I also send out a complimentary and comprehensive email newsletter explaining my thoughts, rationalizing my trades for you guys, and letting you know why I'm trading the way I'm trading, along with some charts and real-time price targets as well, okay? So again, first link down below. On top of that, you guys know Fridays are for the fam. Do not post updated videos on Fridays, but I do talk in the Discord. We're actually doing a Discord live tomorrow, so that link is going to be down below as well. YouTube 25, if you want to join the Discord live at 2 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, gonna hop in there with some of the mods, talk story, and the Sunday Stock Watch. If you guys have been around for a while, you definitely know what the Sunday Stock Watch is. Looks just like this, but now I make the video private on YouTube and send out the private link to subscribers of the portfolio and newsletter via email newsletter. So you get that little cherry on top as well, if that means anything to you, okay? So once again, $50 a month, $40 every 3 months. First link down below. Means a lot if you check it out, but if not, no worries at all. Again, let's get back down to business with Bitcoin, okay? So we'll kick it off with the shorter term, and then we'll zoom out a little bit, talk longer term, and I'll give you guys my end of month October 1st price targets, all right? And they're looking good. They're bullish. Always remember, you guys, this is optimistic, but I'm an optimist, so remember that. Anyway, Bitcoin is in breakout mode. Right now, we're seeing a little bit of downside, and I'll talk to you guys about that. But technically, Bitcoin is currently in breakout mode, which you absolutely love to see, okay? So let's talk about the breakouts that we're seeing right now. The first is definitely the short-term breakout. So as we all know, Bitcoin, from its recent local high on August 23rd, has been in a bit of a downtrend. Sideways price action, really basing out around here, around the 47K region, which I do like to see, kind of playing out this bull flag, but also dancing on the line of support right here, which is this thicker green line, which is the overall line of support on Bitcoin's ascending channel. That really is the most important thing that is being held right now, okay? So on top of this kind of bull flag breakout, the breakout of this descending triangle right here, as you guys can see right here, when we broke above this line of resistance, that's when we really saw some exciting price action. Also broke above this pretty weak line of resistance right here. I consider this a trend line to be in play as well. Again, you guys, a big reason when I'm dictating short to medium term price action, I do prefer to use 4-hour candles, because, like, as you guys can see here, I do use some of the ends of the candle wicks, but I really don't like to use the full end of the candle wicks. This one did come into play, but you guys can see here that the line that traders, like real traders, like market makers, were actually looking at is this trend line. You don't want to, like, I personally never use trend lines like this. This is a trend line that I'm a lot more confident, especially when I'm talking upside price targets with you guys, to take a look at. Because again, traders are going to be expecting some people to be looking at these, but these are the ones with like 4-hour candles. the closures on 4-hour candles, the opens and closes of 4-hour candles are really what dictates, from my experience as a trader and looking at so many freaking charts, is really what dictates proper accurate price action for the most part. Okay, and again, you can see right here we are breaking below this. As we broke below this, it's scaring some traders who are day trading this right now, who are looking at Bitcoin, actively trading Bitcoin at the moment. We have broken below this, but in all honesty, I doubt we are going to close a 4-hour candle below this. Even if we do, we may come down a little bit over the short term to test the bottom side of support on this ascending channel once again. This is Bitcoin's beautiful, beautiful ascending channel that has been in play for a while now. These two green lines right here. Again, very, very significant area of a line of resistance on the top side. Pretty strong line of support on the bottom side that we just tested a couple of days back, which makes me bullish. I do love to see that we properly tested this support, and it only makes sense to me on top of the short-term breakouts. Bitcoin is now setting a higher high, high, low, higher high, probably basing out a higher low. Maybe once again we come down to test support on this ascending channel once again, but ultimately I think it's a lot more likely than not that we start to make our way slowly but surely to test the top side of resistance on this ascending channel. Say we test this September 9th, September 10th, let's do September 10th. That would take us to exactly $60,000. Right now we have the psychological even. Just this morning we broke 50K once again, you guys. 50K has been broken twice now in the past few weeks. That's very bullish from a sentiment perspective. It seems to me, just intuitively, that we don't want to fall much lower. The fact that we've tested 50K multiple times now means that the demand and the hype and the momentum is on our side, on the bull side, okay? So once again, September 10th, let's say we test the top side of resistance on this beautiful ascending channel on September 10th. That would take us to $60,000. But that's not an all-time high. Bitcoin's all-time high is this purple line right here at just about $65,000. So what I think is going to happen, the reason I think it's possible for Bitcoin to see new all-time highs is because once Bitcoin makes it up here, if Bitcoin sees 60K again, at that point, it's not just a bounce. Traders are realizing, traders and investors, hedge funds, the institutions, the market movers, once again, the whales, are not viewing this as a bounce. If we're getting close to our previous all-time high just earlier this year, then it's a lot more likely than not, from a macro perspective, that we're probably going to be setting a new all-time high, that we're not just setting a double top. At least that's kind of my thought process. I've never really seen that happen before at this scale, okay? So I do think that what's going to happen is we're going to make our way up here, break the line of resistance. Again, very, very significant line of resistance on this ascending channel. If we are able to break 60K, and of course, keep in mind, you guys, like, if we do move up September 15th mid-month, the price target would be more like 62K. But I will just say, over the coming weeks, if we can break 60K, that's extremely bullish. Always, you guys, always go into TradingView for yourself. Draw these stick figure lines, because I know for a fact you can. Keep a close eye on these, because once this line of resistance is broken, it's off to the freaking races. And I'll give you guys my longer term target right now. Let's zoom out. My long-term target is this thick cyan line right now. You guys know TA 101. Previous support is going to act as a new resistance, and I think that's the trend line that will come into play once again to solidify Bitcoin's new all-time high. You can see here from Bitcoin's current rally, like the very base of the rally in mid-December, when we really started taking off, breaking out of Bitcoin's 2017 highs, breaking 20K for the first time. Beginning right here, once again, just around the new year, multiple lines of support. Once we broke support over here, a lot of you guys know, is when I liquidated a lot of my crypto positions for the first time since 2017. That felt good, because around here, I had a lot more capital to redeploy, okay? So, line of support was broken. That's what really triggered this sell-off. I do think that this trend line is most definitely in play. Once again, TA 101, especially from a macro perspective, previous support will act as new resistance. If we test this previous line of support as new resistance on September 30th or October 1st, let's just go October 1st, that would take us to $77,000, 77.5K. But let's just say October 1st price target for Bitcoin is a conservative $75,000. Let's get it, guys. Okay, so that's BTC. Please let me know what you think about BTC down below. If you're a bear, that's okay. I will say, as we close this out, the bear argument for Bitcoin right now is the lack of volume. But I do think that once we get a clean break about, like, we haven't even seen 51K yet. We've really been struggling around the psychological even of 50K. I think, personally, this is completely my opinion. All of this is my opinion, you guys. Just reiterate that over and over again. Remember, once the psychological, even if 50K is officially broken, I'm talking like maybe even up to like 55K. Once we see 53, 54, 55K, I think that's when people are really going to start to get excited again, and we'll really start to see volume pick up. So stay excited, stay on your toes, guys. This is a crazy market environment and a crazy macro environment. So always stay safe, stay on your toes. Let me know what you guys think about these price targets down below. Close it out with good old Ethereum. For those of you who have followed along with the channel, most of you know that I'm personally a lot more bullish on Ether than Bitcoin. I personally, just from a fundamental perspective, think Ether has a much brighter future ahead of it. It is just the foundation. It's really kind of the internet 3.0. It's the financial system 3.0. Pretty much everything being built on modern blockchains are mostly, especially DeFi, built on Ethereum. Nifty, as I was talking about, if you guys watched that NFT video, like Ethereum is the currency of the modern, like of the future of the metaverse right now. Nifty's NFTs do define the metaverse at this moment in time. The fact that Ethereum is the native currency of the metaverse, again, all CryptoPunks, all Bored Apes, all Ether Rocks are converted to Ether or sold or bought in Ether ultimately. So Ether is such a strong asset in my mind. Fundamentals are obviously there. Ether is the freaking future. But the technicals right now are looking very good as well. Let's talk about why. Again, we'll kick it off with the shorter term and then zoom out and talk longer term. Go to the end of the month because this price target is very bullish as well. And I will just say right now, the volume that we're seeing on Ether is very organic. You can see it's like consistent. It's not like you're not seeing crazy spikes like we were in early August, but I love the consistency here. We're just seeing just a thick old bar, just a thick lineup of volume, and I really like to see that, especially with the promising price action that Ether is seeing. Okay, so short term, Ether did bounce off this line of support. Similar to Bitcoin, this is Ether's overall line of support. Really feels good to see that this is in play and acting as a strong line of support. So that is the absolute ground. I feel like that's the base for Ether. Worst case scenario, I don't see us ever falling below 3K again. Personally, of course it's possible, you guys, but again, I'm an optimist. But as of right now, Ether is testing the top line of resistance on this very, very clean ascending channel. So you can see right here, this line, the line of resistance on this ascending channel that Ether did reclaim just as we closed out the month, which really catalyzed that quick move up. It's crazy to see that once Ether reclaimed this ascending channel just a couple of days ago, it only took about a day to test the top line of resistance. So Ether, as all of you know at this point, has seen some very exciting price action over the past couple of days, kicking off the month of September with an absolute bang. Again, let's hope we can close it out that way. But right now, Ether is obviously seeing some resistance on the top side of this ascending channel. That's completely expected. What I really like to see right now is that Ether is printing a pretty damn textbook bull flag. We could even extend it out a little more like this. I don't know if it's going to be necessary, but we'll see. And I like to see it bouncing even right now as we see some red in the very short term, literally during recording this video, seeing a little splash of red. I like to see that we're bouncing off these lines that I've drawn, these floors, okay? So even if we extend this out there, I do think that maybe by the time you guys are watching this video, by tomorrow, just wherever the descending triangle, again, bull flag, evidently a bullish pattern, resolves itself with a breakout to the upside, parabolic move up followed by a descending triangle, usually resolves itself at the tippy top of that descending triangle, maybe a few hours earlier, give or take a few hours. You guys know the drill. But over the coming day or so, I do think we will see a breakout in Ether. I think the breakout of this bull flag will lead to an official breakout of this ascending channel, of this line of resistance. And once we break out, I think we're moving up, baby. I will talk to you guys about my mid-month and end-of-month price targets. Mid-month price target, let's zoom out here. You know what? We'll close it out with a daily, guys, because it's a little easier to digest because we are zooming out. Should have done this with Bitcoin, but it's okay. You guys will get the point. Okay, so these are the two trend lines that I'm looking at for Ethereum. The first is kind of the central line of resistance, just a trend line over the course of the 2021 Ethereum rally that has acted as both support and resistance, just again, over periods of time over the rally of the past year, okay? So very, very significant line of both support and resistance, very evidently, in my opinion at least, so I shouldn't say evidently, it's evident in my eyes, a trend line that will come into play. So mid-month, say September 15th, we come up, we break out of this short-term ascending channel. I do think we'll see a pretty quick move up to 4,600 to test this center line of resistance. Again, in this case, resistance, it will likely act as support in the future once and once we break through that. But in all honesty, you guys, because the momentum's here, because I do feel like we are due for another little bull rally, this does not feel like a bounce anymore. This feels like a continuation of the overall bull run. I do think that 4,600 mid-month, $4,600 is in the cards. And if we are able to successfully break through this, like if we can reach 5K, and I do think 5K is pretty attainable just from, again, a psychological even perspective, we're definitely going to see some resistance around 5K. But if we see 5K over the coming weeks, that will lead to a break above this line of resistance. And again, get us into the upper bracket of this ascending channel. You guys, a lot of bulls will be looking at this trend line. But as I said, I don't like to use all-time highs, especially in parabolic rallies, especially in hype cycles. This is the channel that I'm personally looking at that I feel comfortable talking to you guys about, especially once again when talking upside price targets. And that is the line of resistance that Ether initially followed back here. You can see what a significant line of long-term resistance this was from January 5th to February 20th. So for a month and a half, this acted as a very significant line of resistance in this beautiful ascending channel. I remember following that in real time. But I do think that that is a trend line that will most definitely come into play. In terms of potentially taking some more short-term profits, that's what I'd be looking at if we do see an absolute run-up like this. And if that occurs on October 1st, once again, if we test this trend line, if we test my personal top line of resistance on Ether's current uptrend, that would take us to just under $6,500 on September 30th. Let's call it a $6,000 price target for Ether by the end of the month. I'll close it out there, you guys. Again, these are optimistic price targets, but just the way everything feels right now, the macro environment, the landscape that we're currently in, and just all the hype around the sector. And once again, momentum and hype ultimately lead to volatility and exciting price action. Again, you guys, maybe we see some downside. I'm not discounting the fact that's possible at all. We all know it is, but my opinion is that we see more upside, and my opinion is that we see new all-time highs by the end of this month. So please let me know if you guys agree or disagree, and of course, explain your thoughts as to why, so I can get some insight as to how you guys are feeling, all right? Talk to you guys downstairs in the comments. Have a great weekend. Until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.